Good evening, everyone. My heart is saddened by the loss of our officer. My condolences and prayers go out to his family and friends. I am very excited, though, to be here tonight to celebrate our graduates and leaders in the making, surrounded by family, friends, community leaders, and supporters. Today, I'd like to share a little bit about my story, where I was before I came to Hope for Prisoners and where I'm at today. My parents divorced when I was 3 years old. And because of this, I spent summers with my dad and I spent the school year with my mom. My mother was a hard worker and a single parent, and my father was a drug dealer. Growing up, I admired my father, and I would listen as he would romanticize his lifestyle. I spent many summer vacations visiting my father in prison. Sorry, nervous. As a child, I was sexually abused, and this was my first traumatic experience before many others that would occur later because of the dangerous situations I placed myself in due to my drug addiction. When I was 12 years old, I started using methamphetamines. This led me to not attend school and be in and out of the juvenile system. The last grade that I completed was the 7th grade. At the age of 15, I had my first child, and though I wanted to be a good mother, I continued to use drugs. By the time I was 17, I was strung out on crack, and I could no longer care for my daughter, so my mother had to take care of her and raise her for me. I became homeless and forced into prostitution. From that point on, I spent years in and out of jail and allowing my body to be used and sold drugs for the men I dated. This caused years of trauma, being in and out of jail and going to prison. On August 15, 2012, I was arrested for the last time and sentenced to the Wing Court program, an 18-month program. After completing rehab, I started searching for employment and found that because of my background, I couldn't find a job. No one would give me a second chance. So I went to Job Connect and I told them my struggles. I told them that I wanted to be employed, but that I was a 5-time convicted felon. And that is when they referred me to Hope for Prisoners. From the moment that I came to Hope for Prisoners, my life truly began to change. I was embraced by a community that believed I deserved a second chance. Back then, Hope for Prisoners was a lot smaller than it was today. So John had to wear a lot of hats. So basically, he was my job developer. John personally would call these employers and advocate for me, for them to give me a second chance. And he took on the role of mentor and has mentored me ever since. Hope for Prisoners gave me the tools I needed to succeed, supported me, and encouraged me as I put myself through college. They have been on this journey with me for 9 years. After achieving my bachelor's degree and getting licensed as a substance use counselor, John gave me the opportunity and hired me on to be an employee at Hope for Prisoners, where I was able to help and work with individuals that had been where I had been, which gave me great purpose. As I was there, I was given the opportunity to work with our amazing District Attorney, Steve Wolfson's Hope for Second Chances program, in which I oversaw and was the coordinator for Hope for Prisoners, working together with them to make sure that those going through the program would succeed. Today, I have a bachelor's in Human Services Counseling with a minors in addiction. I have a master's in Clinical Mental Health Counseling. Thank you. I am duly licensed and have my private practice. I worked 3 years at Hope for Prisoners before I resigned with John's blessing. What did you say? Spread your wings, eagle? That's right, he said fly. And today I do that, and I specialize in trauma, addictions, and working with reentry population. So graduates, today is the beginning of your journey. It's not easy. Look around you. This is your support system. You are surrounded by people that want to see you succeed. They have tools and the knowledge to give you. It's up to you to use those tools and up to you to do the work. You are the CEO of your life. You get to choose your board of directors, individuals that will guide you, advise you, and mentor you. Choose wisely. 2 mentors of mine are here tonight, my mentors and advisors, John Ponder and my uncle, Peter Guzman. And I'll leave you with this quote. Brian Tracy said, "There are no limitations to what you can accomplish, except for the limitations you place on your own thinking." Congratulations, graduates. Thank you.